So in the last week, means in the previous lecture, we learned about the P boxes components of the block cipher and the S boxes. So in the P boxes, there are three type of categories. The first one is the straight one, second one is the compression, and the third one is the expansion P box. So according to the invertibility point of view, we already saw that straight P box is invertible in nature, but the invertible components of the expansion P box and the compression P box cannot find. So what about the S box? So what is the S box basically? That I already told you, so I will not dictate it once again. So we will check the invertibility of the S box. So S box is used to perform the substitution, and substitution will be done by using the S box table. So what about the invertibility? So S box may or may not invertible. So sometimes the invertibility of the S box can be found, and sometimes it cannot be possible to found. So may or may not. So what is the condition that we can find out the invertible component of S box? Whether it is basically depends upon the input and the number of bits in the output. So in order to find out the invertibility of the S box, there is a one mandatory condition, then that is when number of bits in the input is equal to number of bits in output, then we can find out the invertible S box. For the may not be case, when we have different number of bits in the input and the different number of bits in the output. Sorry, here should be output. So in that case, when the number of bits are not same in input and output, then we cannot find the invertible S box. So suppose my S box is 3 cross 2 of size. So 3 will be depicted as number of bits in input, and 2 will be indicated as number of bits in output. And my table for S boxes, in order to do the substitution, my table is just like, suppose because we have 3 input bits, so I am taking 1, 2 and 3. This 1 will be indicated as LSB, means left significant bit, and 2 bits will be indicated as RSB, that is rightmost significant bit. So suppose this is my table 0 and 1. So in this example, my input is 0, 1, 0, and we have to perform the substitution over the bits by using the S box table. Then after the substitution, my output will be in the nature of having only the 2 bits because it is on the size 3 cross 2. So we have to use this S box table in order to do the substitution. So as you know, the first bit will indicate it as LSB and the 2 remaining bits will be indicated as RSB. So we have to read out this one as the LSB bits, and this upper one will be the RSB bits. So what will be the substitution value of 0, 1, 0? What will be the corresponding output? So from the table 0 and 1, 0. So what is the output value? That is 0, 1. ठीक है, फिर से बताती हूँ एक एग्जाम्पल. सपोज योर इनपुट इज 101. So in that case it will be indicated as LSB, that is RSB, and from the S box table my output will be 101. So we have to read 1 and 01. 01 is here. So what is the cross, same cross happening, that is 00 is the answer. So in that case, how can you find out the invertible S box table? In order to do the substitution in the decryption process. Suppose it is used in the encryption process. Then what about the decryption? For the decryption, you have to use the inverse S box table. But in this case, from only these two output bits, how can you find out 3 bits? So invertibility is not possible in the case of S boxes where the number of input and the number of bits in the output is not same, means this one case. Now other example, suppose my number of bits in the input and number of bits in the output are same. So I am using this table with having S box 3 cross 3. 3 is the number of bits in the input, number of bits in the output. So from 3, I am using the first bit as LSB and the 2 bits will be RSB. So 0 and 1, it will be act as LSB. And for the RSB, I am using 0, 0, 0, 1, 1 0 and 1 1. So these examples are just for the understanding point of view. ठीक है, अभी कैसे आ रहा है 0 0 0 1 1, इसका कोई significance नहीं है. Just I am writing for the example, for understanding point of view. Now 3-bit input and 3-bit output. So suppose my input is 0 0 1. So from this S box table, when we perform the substitution, what will be my output? My output will be, the 0 will be act as LSB, it will be act as 0, 1 will be act as RSB. So what will be my output? 0 and 0 1, means 1 0 1 is the output. Now it is the encryption process. At the decryption, you have to perform the reverse one, means you need invertible S box table. So in that case, you need another table that is used for the decryption. So that is 0 1, and what are my another bits? That is 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. Now from this generated output, can we generate the invertible S box table? The answer is yes. How can we do that? The same procedure. Suppose 1 0 1, so this 1 will be act as LSB, this 0 1 will be act as RSB. Okay. So 1 0 1, what is the value of 1 0 1 in the encryption process S box table? 1 and 0 1, that is 0 1 0. One second, गलत लिख दिया मैंने. 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 and 1 1 0. ओके, ठीक है. सो 0 का मेरे इधर आया, 0 1 इधर है, that is 1 0 1 and 1 and 0 1. Yeah, ठीक है, 0 1 0. So what will be my output? That is 0 and 1 0. So you can see from this input S box table, you can generate the corresponding invertible S box table for each of the output. Means from the ciphertext to the plain text can be converted by using the S box table. So that's why we see that when the number of inputs in the S box and when the number of outputs in the S box bits are same, then the invertibility can be possible. वन सेकेंड स्टूडेंट्स, यहाँ मुझे कुछ वैल्यू का प्रॉब्लम लग रहा है क्योंकि यहाँ पे 001 आना चाहिए. चलो इसको भी मैं स्किप करती हूँ. वैसे मेन कंसेप्ट इसका यही है that the S box invertibility is possible, that we have number of bits and the number of output bits will be same. Okay, so ये टेबल का जो भी कंटेंट है वो मैं चेक करके आपको कल बताती हूँ. कुछ तो मैंने मिसिंग कर दिया है. Okay, so next topic is operations under block cipher. So how many operations are possible under the block cipher? Actually हम ये क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं? ये यूज आएगा मेरा implementation of DES and AES algorithm. So there are so many components associated with DES and AES. So in order to understand, we do not directly jump to the DES algorithm. First we have to understand its component. Otherwise it will be very, very complex for you guys to understand this type of concept over this. So operations under the block ciphers are very, very easy to understand. So it is already known by you, but it is the part of the syllabus. That's why I am depicting this. So the first operation is XOR. So XOR operation in the block cipher will be treated as just like the XOR operation in the Galois field GF2 to the power n. So whatever we need, addition and the subtraction, this will be treated as the common XOR operation. So additive cipher में क्या होता था? हम यहाँ पे addition perform करते थे at the encryption side, and at the decryption side we have to perform the negation. Subtraction means, okay. But in the block cipher case, the encryption will be associated with XOR as well as your decryption process will also associated with XOR. Now the second operation is circular shift. So in the circular shift, as you know, the block cipher is made up of multiple bits. When several bits are combined, then we can say it is a block. Means block is made up of multiple bits. So I am assuming that my blocks is made up of 8 bits. Means it is a byte type of. So B0, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6 and last one is B7 because I am starting the indexing from 0. Now I have to perform shift left by 3 bits. So shift left means we have to focus on the left hand side and 3 bits. So mention these 3 bits and put it over here part. So what will be my output after shifting the bits? Very simple, that will be B4, B3, B2, B1, B0, then B7, B6 and B5. So it is a just like common shifting that you already known by you. So I will not focus in more detail over there because these things are known by you guys very well. So it will be B7, B6 and B5. Then other operation is known as swap operation under the block cipher. So swap operation is just like the shift operation, but we have to divide the block into two halves and swap. So in the swap operation, what will we do? Divide the block into two halves and swap. So suppose this is my block B7, B6, B5, B4, B3, B2, B1 and B0. Now divide it into two halves. So the first half is this one and the second half is this one. Now perform the swapping. In this swapping, this is the first one, this is the second one. Now the second will become first and first will become second. So what will be your output? The output will be B3, B2, B1, B0, B7, B6, B5 and B4. This will be your answer. Now in the decryption process, we have to do the reverse. Means whatever the block you have generated of the swapping, you have to just divide into two halves, this one, and perform the swapping in order to get this previous block, that is the plain text. Now the last operation associated with the block cipher, that is called split and combine approach. So also it is very simple. What is this? Both one is split and combine. So split is used in the encryption process and combine is used in the decryption process. That's simple. So ये कैसे करना है हमको? For the encryption, B7, B6, B5, B4, B3, B2, B1 and B0. So for the encryption process, we have to split it. So split हम कैसे करेंगे? Divide the block into two halves. So split हो गया मेरा दो में, B7, B6, B5, B4 and the another one is B3, B2 and B1 and B0. Now further processing will be imposed over this in order to generate the ciphertext. In the reverse process, means at the decryption side, again you have to you have to combine these two one and the process will be done for the decryption. So these type of things are used in the block cipher. Now another topic, that is called the product cipher. So what is the product cipher? So product cipher concept is introduced by a scientist named as Shannon. So product cipher is used in the DS and AES algorithm. So it is one of the modes, you can say, of the block cipher, more of the version of the block cipher, and it takes some complexity. So it is called complex cipher. It is a complex cipher which is made up of multiple components. What are that components? Like substitution, permutation and the other approaches. So it is a complex cipher that combines substitution, permutation and other approaches. What are their other approaches? These approaches are like swap, circular shift, split and combine, and XOR. So it is basically combination of substitution. Substitution is performed by including the S box. Permutation is performed by using the P box tables, and other approaches which involve swap, circular shift, XOR, split and combine. So why it is a combination of these three things? That is the question. So the answer of that question is, it makes complexity to satisfy the two properties of the cryptography. What are that two properties? The two properties are named as, the first one is diffusion and the second one is confusion. So every cryptographic algorithm like DES, AES and RSA will have to satisfy these two properties, diffusion and confusion. That's why in order to satisfy these two properties, it has to combine the multiple things like the S box table, P box table and other approaches. So we have to learn about what are that properties, like what is diffusion and what is the confusion. So let's see. So diffusion property says that diffusion has to hide the relationship between the ciphertext and the plaintext. Means there should be no dependency visible between the ciphertext and the plaintext. So it hides the relationship. और ये क्यों होता है? ताकि मेरा हैकर साइफर टेक्स्ट को ब्रेक ना कर पाए. So it hides a relationship between ciphertext and plain text. So in order to hide the relationship, it has to append some security features or some security mathematical concept in such a way that, or utilization of these components like S box, P box and the other approaches in such a way that if you change a single bit in the plain text, ठीक है, ध्यान से सुनना, if you change a single bit in a plain text, then several or all bits in the ciphertext get changed. ठीक है, so it will provide a confusion, or you can say a frustrating situation for the hacker, that how can it will find the key in order to decrypt the ciphertext. तो प्लेन टेक्स्ट में अगर मैंने एक भी बिट चेंज की, ठीक, तो मेरी साइफर टेक्स्ट की सारी बिट चेंज हो जानी चाहिए, कुछ या फिर सारी बिट्स चेंज हो जानी चाहिए. मीन्स देयर शुड नॉट बी वन टू वन रिलेशनशिप ऑफ बिट्स बिटवीन द साइफर टेक्स्ट एंड द प्लेन टेक्स्ट. So let me write, if single bit in plain text is changed, then several or all bits in ciphertext must be changed. Now what is the second property? Second property is confusion. So confusion states that we have to hide the relationship between the ciphertext and key. So मैं पूरा नहीं लिख रही हूँ, ऐसे से कर देती हूँ. It hides a relationship between ciphertext and key. The meaning of this statement is, if you change a single bit in the key, then several or all bits in the ciphertext must get changed, such that the hacker will not find out the meaningful plaintext from the ciphertext. So if single bit in key is changed, then several or all bits in the ciphertext must get changed. So that are these two properties. Now the question is, how can we achieve these two properties? भाई बोल तो दी हमने बड़ी बड़ी बातें कि भाई ये एक बिट चेंज करें तो हमारी सारी बिट चेंज हो जानी चाहिए, पर ये बड़ी बड़ी बातें हमारी अचीव कैसे होंगी? So in order to achieve this बड़ी बड़ी बातें, we have to use the iteration procedure, and this iteration procedure is known as a round. So if your in-cipher algorithm or the decipher algorithm have more number of rounds, then your cryptographic algorithm will be treated as more secure. So with the inclusion of rounds means iteration, स्पेलिंग गलत हो गया, iteration, we can achieve these two properties like diffusion and confusion. So basically in the product cipher, one round means one iteration is made up of S box plus P box means permutation and other components like swapping, XOR, split and combined, okay, and other things. Also, in order to get more security, the product cipher use one key generator algorithm. Okay? This key generator algorithm task is to generate key for each round. In the encryption process, it may be possible there are so many number of rounds, like round number 1, 2, 3. For each round, if you use the same key, then high level of security and the second property, that is the confusion, cannot be achieved properly. So in order to achieve the confusion property, one key generator algorithm is utilized by the block cipher that task to generate the key for each round, such that the different key will be used for round 1, different key will be used for round 2, different key will be used for round 3. And these keys will be generated from key generator algorithm. Okay? KGA. Now my cipher key that is called K. Cipher key is only one. But from this cipher key, I have to generate the keys for different round. So maybe the key generator algorithm use some permutation or some S boxes table in order to substitute the bits with another bits, and it should be reverse in nature such that the decryption operation can be performed efficiently. So such type of components can be utilized by the key generator algorithm. So your cipher key must be same, means it is equal to मतलब एक ही होगी, वो different नहीं होगी, cipher की एक होगी, but we have to generate the different round keys from this cipher keys by including the components of S box, P box and some other components which are reversible in nature, means invertibility should be possible. So the example of this type of product cipher can be see from this diagram. अच्छा यहाँ मैंने बनाया हुआ है टेबल शायद, चलो इसको मैं बाद में बताती हूँ, पहले मैं इसको खत्म करती हूँ. So you have 8-bit plaintext in this diagram. So it is one of the product cipher example. you have 8-bit plain text. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is a key mixture. So what is key mixture? अभी मैं बताऊंगी. So key mixture is also called the whitener. We have to use some other components like S-box table for the substitution. For the permutation, we have utilized P-box. There is a round key generator over there, which is using cipher key. Here is a cipher key as an input. From the cipher key and along with some component, it has to generate the key for different rounds. Different unique key for different rounds. So round number 1 uses K1 key, round number 2 uses K2 key. Now from this figure, 3 transformations are happened at each round. What are that transformation? That is key mixture, that is whitener is one transformation. Second transformation is substitution, and the third transformation is permutation. So what is my first transformation? That is whitener, or you can say key mixture. So in the whitener process or the key mixture process, my 8-bit plain text is mixed because it is a key mixture now. So 8-bit plain text is mixed with the key to whiten the text. So actually in the whitener we have to use the component of XOR. So this XOR component basically perform the XOR between the plain text bit and the key. So for performing the XOR, my number of bits in the plain text bit and the number of bits in the key should be equal, right? नहीं तो XOR कैसे होगा? So that's why if my key is less as compared to plain text, we have to use the expansion P box in the key mixture. मुझे अगर की को इक्वल बनाना है प्लेन टेक्स्ट बिट के इक्वल, ठीक है, कि नंबर ऑफ बिट्स मेरे की में इक्वल हो जाए नंबर ऑफ बिट्स इन द प्लेन टेक्स्ट, देन वी हैव टू यूज द expansion P box. Now the second situation can be like if my key is large, containing the large number of bits as compared to the plain text bit. In that case, I have to use a compression P box. Now the third case is very simple, when my plain text bit is same as will be equal to the plain text bit in the key. So suppose I am stating the third condition over there, that is the ideal condition in which my bits in the plain text will be equal to my bits in the plain text in the key. My bits in the key. So that's why we can directly perform the XOR operation, and this XOR operation is known as the whitener. So basically my plain text values are whitened by the key values. Now what is my second transformation? That is substitution. So for this substitution, what we have to do, I am using S-box with having 2 inputs and 2 outputs, because I told you the invertibility of the S-box is possible only when my number of bits in the input and my number of bits in the output should be same, otherwise the invertibility is not possible. That's why I am using 2 bits of input and 2 bits in the output value. So ये एग्जाम्पल है, आप अपने हिसाब से 4 भी ले सकते हो कि 4 इनपुट कर रहे हो और 4 आउटपुट कर रहे हो, ठीक है. सो ये एग्जाम्पल है जो बुक में दिया हुआ है, सो सेम एग्जाम्पल मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू डिवाइड अवर 8-bit plain text into the 4 groups and each group will contain 2 bits. So for the substitution, divide plain text into 4 groups, each having 2 bits. So you can see 2 inputs, that is 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is the output of S box 1. 3, 4 is the input of S box 2. 5, 6 is the input of S box 3. 7 and 8 bits of the input of S box 4. Because my number of bits in the input and output are same, so same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8 will be the output. Now the third operation, that is called the permutation, which is achieved by using the P box table. So basically, using the P box table, it will permute the bits. And by default, I am using the straight P box for the invertibility. ठीक है. सो जैसे कि टेबल में अगर मेरा दिया हुआ है कि ये वाला बिट मेरा इधर आना चाहिए, ये वाला बिट मेरा इधर आना चाहिए, कुछ तो उसी के हिसाब से ये परम्यूटेशन कर देता है. आगे मैं बताऊंगी कैसे एग्जाम्पल होगा, अभी मैं रफ बता रही हूँ. अभी बस कंसेप्ट समझो कि एस बॉक्स से जो भी मेरा आउटपुट आएगा वो पी बॉक्स के अंदर परम्यूट हो जाएगा, और आफ्टर द परम्यूटेशन, because I am using the straight P box, so the number of inputs and the number of outputs will be same, number of bits in the input, number of bits in the output will be same. So the same 8-bit tax will be generated and it will be treated as 8-bit middle tax. ठीक है. So मैं दोबारा रिवाइज करती हूँ. In the round 1 we have 3 transformation. The first one is key mixture, second one is substitution, and the third one is the permutation. So for the key mixture whitener, we have to perform only the XOR operation. This XOR operation will take the bits from the 8-bit plain text and XOR with the key value. For this, it is a mandate condition that the number of plain text bits and the number of bits in the key should be same. Otherwise, the XOR operation will not be performed. After the finishing of this first transformation, we have to jump over the substitution. So for the substitution, we have to use S box. Because we have to achieve the invertibility, so we have to use the S box only which contain the number of bits in the input and the number of bits in the output should be same. That's why we have to divide our plain text into the 4 equal blocks. These 4 equal blocks will be contain only 2 bits. So now the S box 1 will contain 1 and 2 bits as an input and produce output as 1 and 2 bits. Like the same, all of the S box output will be generated. Whatever the output is generated by the S box will be appended over the P box for the permutation. This P box will be in the nature of a straight P box where the number of inputs and the number of output will be same for the invertibility point of view. So whatever the output after the permutation is generated by the P box, it will be treated as 8-bit middle text. Because we have to append the result over the round 2. So ये मेरा final cipher text नहीं है. It is 8-bit middle text. In the round 2, I have to perform these 3 transformation once again. The first one is key mixture, second one is substitution, third one is P box, and whatever the output is generated, that will be my final output and it will be treated as 8-bit cipher text. Now for the round 2, my key will be different in order to achieve the property of confusion. ठीक है. And this key will be generated by the round key generator. So it will take the cipher key, that is K. From this key, it will generate the key for different rounds. So that is all about the story of product cipher. Hope ये समझ में आ गया होगा. So हर एक राउंड मेरा कितना क्या ले रहा है? 1 round. The first one is whitener. Then P box, S box and P box. 3 transformations. चलो अब ऊपर चलते हैं. तो जो मैंने मैनुअल टेबल बनाई थी मे भी उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम था. सो ये एस बॉक्स है जो 3x2 का मेरा ले रहा है. डैट इज़ द नंबर ऑफ बिट्स इन द इनपुट. नहीं है वो एग्जाम्पल शायद नहीं है. चलो मैं कल ही बताती हूँ उसका. Now the product cipher types. So basically there are 2 types of product cipher. The first one is called the Pistol cipher and the second one is called the non-Pistol cipher. तो दोनों के अपने अपने कुछ फीचर्स हैं जो भी हम पढ़ेंगे. Two classes of product cipher. The first one is called Fistel cipher. Second one is called non-Fistel cipher. So what is Fistel cipher? Fistel cipher is termed as one of the intelligent cipher, and it is the complex one also. So DES is one of the example of Fistel cipher, जो कि हम आपके मिड सेम एग्जाम के बाद पढ़ेंगे DES एल्गोरिथम. ठीक है. So it is very intelligent and interesting cipher. So Fistel cipher is made up of three components. What are these three components? It is made up of three components. What are that components? These components named as, the first one is self-invertible component. Second one is invertible component. And the third one is non-invertible component. So self-invertible means just like simple XOR are treated as self-XOR. ठीक है. Invertible components like S box and P box, जिसमें आपको थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ता है, टेबल वेबल देखना पड़ता है. So that's why it is called invertible component. Self invertible में आपको मेहनत नहीं करना पड़ता, XOR अपने आप अपना काम कर देता है. ठीक है. And what about the non-invertible? Non-invertible components like compression P box and the expansion P box. So this is a product cipher. So इस केस में जो मेरा की मिक्सचर है, it is treated as a self invertible. S box में invertible है, P box भी मेरा invertible है, but in this case there is no non invertible component. ठीक है. कोई भी ऐसा non invertible component दिख रहा है यहाँ पे? नहीं दिख रहा है. So it is made up of only self invertible and invertible. So now it is time to verify whatever the product cipher we have made that consists of three transformation is able to achieve the true properties or not. What are that true properties? The first one is diffusion and the second one is confusion. So for the diffusion, what the diffusion property says? Diffusion property says that if we change one bit in the plain text, then more or several bits have to be changed in the cipher text. यही बोलता है मेरा diffusion property. So suppose I am taking the 8th bit as a plain text. So what is the processing has to be performed over the 8th bit that we have to analyze, and what are the bits are affected if we change the 8th bit. So in this example we can see that 8 bit performing the XOR with the K1 key, K1 की मैं बिट 8 ले रही हूँ क्योंकि मुझे XOR करना है. So this is a whitener process, key mixture process. After the key mixture process, we have to append the output into the S box because we are only taking the last input value, right? 8 बिट लेना है ना, तो मेरे को S4 यूज करना पड़ेगा, यानी कि लास्ट S बॉक्स. और हर एक S बॉक्स में मेरे 2 इनपुट हैं और 2 आउटपुट हैं. सो पहला इनपुट मेरा 8 है, सेकेंड वाला मेरा क्या आना चाहिए 7. ठीक है. So 7, 8 will be the input for this S box and 7, 8 will be the output of this S box. Now the output of the S box will be fed into the P box table, and after the permutation says that my 7th bit will be repositioned with 2 and my 8th bit will be repositioned at 4. ठीक है. So 2 4 में ये convert हो गया और मेरा middle text बन गया. Now again we have to perform the round 2. So in the round 2 we have to take from the key value bit number 2 and bit number 4 and perform the XOR operation in the Widener process 2 and 4, right? So we have to use 2 S boxes. 2 S boxes, box number 1 will take 2 inputs 1 and 2 and the second one will take 3 and 4. So whatever the operation performed by the S box by using the S box table, we have generated 4 output values, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4, which will be appended over the P box table. After the permutation rule, it says the 1 bit will be positioned with 6, 4 bit will be positioned at 7, 3 bit will be positioned at 3, अच्छा same ही है, and 2 will be positioned at 1. So it will be my generated ciphertext last value. So we can say that if we change 8th bit, अगर मैं 8th बिट की चेंज जो भी वैल्यू है यहाँ पे 8th बिट में, अगर मैं उसको चेंज करती हूँ, इफ आई चेंज द वैल्यू ऑफ पोजीशन एट 8 बिट, देन इट विल अफेक्ट द वैल्यूज एट 4 पोजीशन, लाइक द पोजीशन नंबर 1, 3 and 6 and 7 associated value will also get changed. So yes, my diffusion property holds, right? Now what about the confusion property? You can say the confusion property is if you change the 8th bit of key value, then all of the inputs will get changed is associated with 2 and 4. ठीक. उसकी वजह से क्या होगा, मेरा साइफर टेक्स्ट भी चेंज हो जाएगा आगे, क्योंकि यहाँ पे मैं दूसरी बिट्स ले रही हूँ. अगर मैं 8th बिट को चेंज करती हूँ तो XOR के बाद जो भी मेरा ऑपरेशन होगा वो दूसरी बिट से एसोसिएटेड हो जाएगा. तो साइफर टेक्स्ट की वैल्यू मेरी कुछ और आ जाएगी इस केस में. सो वी कैन से माय कन्फ्यूजन प्रॉपर्टी इज आल्सो होल्ड्स फॉर दिस प्रोडक्ट साइफर बिकॉज माय 8th bit is associated with the 3 key values. What are that my key values? 8th bit, 2nd bit and 4th bit. So अगर मैं इन वैल्यू में चेंज करती हूँ तो मेरा साइफर टेक्स्ट ऑब्वियसली चेंज हो जाएगा. अगर मैं ये वैल्यू चेंज करूंगी तो मेरा साइफर टेक्स्ट भी चेंज होगा ही होगा. सो नाउ अभी तो टाइम खत्म हो गया, तो मैं थोड़ा सा डाउट सेशन ले लेती हूँ. हाँ जी, तो डाउट्स लिख के चैट में अपने, और जिनको सब समझ में आ गया वो लंच करने जा सकते हैं.